everything was like going nuts yesterday. But you know what? We may get more of that because you know why? Today we're going to get a big FOMC meeting. Normally speaking, this would be a gigantic event, but not a whole lot of people care because we just had election and we're getting a new president. But you know what? This could still be a big deal because not only are we getting a rate cut today, it's already baked in 99.3%. But you know, it's interesting. There's a 0.7% chance now we might get a 50 basis point cut. That was never a probability, but now there is somehow. But no, what's more interesting is Wall Street is looking for language from Powell in terms of the next FOMC meeting, which is coming up next month. So there's two actually before the end of the year. And there could be a chance that there will be another rate cut by the end of this year. And, you know, there's a 1.8% chance of a 50 basis point in December. So we're not getting just 1, 2, right? So if Powell continues to be pretty dovish or just in line with expectations, that's pretty good too. So not only are we going to get a new president, but we're going to get 2 rate cuts. And that means we're going to get new capital injection, right? And with the markets rallying, the 10-year yield is going to drop. That means the Fed fund rates go drop. That means mortgage rates are going to drop. That means interest rates are going to drop. That means everything is going to start pumping to the moon in line with the Santa rally. That means by the end of this year, things are going to be absolutely fantastic. That's what it means. Okay. Yeah, that's what it means. That's what it means. It looks like everything's aligning. So, I guess we'll see. We'll see what he says later today. And someone's asking, am I going to stream? No, I'm not going to stream that. I'm not going to stream that. But I will say this. This afternoon, I will be streaming earlier. I'm not going to be streaming tonight because I am going to take a big trip. But I will be streaming earlier this afternoon, probably around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's going to be a early afternoon stream, not a tonight stream, just so you guys are aware. So it's a little bit after the FOMC meeting. So I'll be able to reflect upon that meeting after it's done. So I'll let you guys know what he says, or I'll reflect upon what he says. Anyways, moving on. Bank of England also had a rate decision and didn't go anywhere. Okay, so they didn't move. So, okay. But overall, all the countries around the world, they will basically start cutting, with the exception of Japan. Japan is the only country basically not cutting because they've been at zero for 8 years. They raised their rate by 0.25% earlier this year. They're the only nation that everyone's afraid of raising because of the carry trade situation. But everyone else on the planet is going to start cutting along with the U.S. And that means capital injection all around. And that's all great all around everywhere, right? Double barrel photography. George, my boss and I often talk about Bitcoin. His final statement is always, what are we doing? What are they doing the mathematical equation for when mining? What do you mean? What are they doing the equation for? The equation, solving the equation is how the miners power the network. That's the competition, right? What they're doing is basically powering the network, and for solving that equation is how they get rewarded. The reward is Bitcoin. So it's a gamification. That's how you think about it. So every miner on the planet is competition with each other, and first person to solve the equation gets rewarded in Bitcoin. So that's really it. But the network is powered by all these miners that are collectively solving the equation, and that's how they're powering it. And they're all in competition with each other. That's it. That's all there is. That's what it is. It's a giant gamified network, and they're all competing. And the reason why all the miners are doing it, because they're all trying to win the Bitcoin rewards. A Trump-inspired gusher of cash is flowing into risk on ETFs. 22 billion in one day is absurd. Yeah, that's right. We had a crazy amount of cash that flew in yesterday. All around, we know that markets pumped. The broader stock market pumped, crypto pumped. I'll show you some crazy numbers. I talked about Coinbase going up 30%. I didn't even know this. I knew MicroStrategy had a 2x ETF, MSTU. I didn't know Coinbase had a 2x ETF. I had no idea when this came out, but there's a CONL, which is a 2x ETF that went up 62%. This could be an attractive thing for those of you guys that want a 2x ETF Coinbase. I had no idea. Now they have ETFs on everything, even Bitcoin related stocks. That's crazy. Just to show you, in terms of crypto related inflows, Binance and Coinbase received $9.3 billion of just ERC20 stablecoins. So this is just Tether and USDC stablecoins. This doesn't count USDT on Tron or Binance, Smart Chain, or any of the other chains. This is just ERC based. This is just USDT and USDC of, ERC20 stablecoins. So bottom line is, yesterday, right, you saw all the alts go up, all the memes go up, everything go up along with Bitcoin. This is the reason, because you had the whales, you had the retail, like everyone in between get really excited, deposit all of their stable coins, and they started buying and buying and buying. This is why, right? It's not magic. I told you guys over the course of the year, we have $150 billion worth of stable coins out there sitting on the sidelines doing nothing. And as the bull run continues, this is what's going to happen. They're going to be used. They're going to start being deposited into the exchanges, and they're going to be used to buy a whole bunch of stuff. And then that's when things get crazy. I reference how people will start feeling dirty because you go see your portfolio go up 10, 15, 20% daily, because this is what happens. Everyone's going to start spending their stable coins, and you go start seeing things jump like crazy.